2022 Front-End Web Developer Roadmap. So hey, what's up everyone? This is my ultimate roadmap of becoming a front-end web developer in 2022. If you follow this roadmap and commit to the advice that I'll be giving you in this video, by the end of 2022, you'll be comfortable enough to apply for jobs, internship positions, or even do some freelance projects. And the good thing is that I'll also leave some links to various resources for you to learn each of the technologies that I'll be mentioning in this particular roadmap for free. So you don't have to pay anything for you to become a front-end web developer. So in case you're new here, my name is Charles. I'm a JavaScript developer and I create content around web development. If you like the content in this video, please remember to leave a thumbs up and also support my channel by subscribing. So the first thing that I will recommend for you to do is to participate in #100 days of code, and this will simply help you to run in public, and it will help you to commit for learning for not less than 1 hour each day, and you'll also surround yourself with a community of individuals who are also learning. And there are only two main rules in #100 days of codes. The first rule is that you code for a minimum of an hour every day for the next 100 days. So that is approximately 3 months. And then the second rule is to tweet your progress every day with the #100 days of code hashtag. And by doing this, you are committing yourself to code and learn in public. So you'll build an audience and you'll be able to help each other. So join Twitter if you are not on Twitter already. And then the next thing that I will recommend is for you to learn the terminal or the command line. And the terminal is a very important tool to any developer. It gives you full control of your computer and also your workflow. And as a front-end developer, you'll make use of it by installing dependencies, running your application, or even creating new directories and files. And this tool will also make you feel powerful while coding in front of non-techies. And the next step is to learn how to use a code editor. And a code editor is another major tool for any web developer. This is where you simply write your code, and there are many code editors you can use, but I highly recommend using Visual Studio Code. It's open source and you can highly customize it to fit your needs. The next step is to start by learning HTML. And now this is where you will actually start by writing your first line of code. In HTML, you learn how to create your first web page, because HTML is basically used to structure the web content, and it is the one that you actually use to add web content. So HTML is very important for any front-end web developer, so take your time to understand it. After learning HTML, you need to move on to CSS, and CSS is what will hopefully make you more interested in front-end web development, because it is considered as an art and it is used to make the web pages look beautiful. And any front-end web developer should get comfortable working with CSS, because this is one of the major roles that you'll be doing, writing good CSS that makes your web pages follow the design, which is really cool. After running CSS, you need to run a CSS framework, and the two main popular frameworks in 2022 will be Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS. And I highly recommend that you go with Tailwind CSS in 2022. And a CSS framework makes it easy and fast to build your UIs. So it's very important you understand at least one CSS framework. So after running a CSS framework, the next thing that you need to learn is Git and GitHub. And every developer should have solid knowledge of Git. Git is simply a version control system which can help you to go to a previous version of your application, track changes, or even collaborate on open source projects. While GitHub, on the other hand, is an online platform which you can use to store your code safely as well as collaborate on projects. Now, the next thing that you need to do is to learn JavaScript. And JavaScript is the most important programming language that any web developer should strive to understand. It is used to make the web pages interactive and can now be used even on the backend with the help of Node.js. So once you understand JavaScript very well and you wish to be a backend developer, that will be very smooth, because you'll only need to learn Node.js, which is a runtime environment, instead of running another programming language. And at some point, JavaScript will make you to be very annoyed. You will be facing a lot of errors and some concepts might be hard to understand. But at the end of the day, JavaScript will surely pay your bills. So after learning JavaScript fundamentals, the next thing is to learn a JavaScript framework, because developing big applications with vanilla JavaScript is kind of hard to maintain the code, and frameworks makes it easy. And so far, there are many JavaScript frameworks, but the most popular ones in 2022 are Angular, Vue.js, React.js, and Svelte. And you should choose which framework you want depending on the company you are aspiring to work on, depending on job description, depending on personal interest. But it's usually so confusing to choose which framework to go with. And if you don't know, I recommend that you run React, okay? Because it's very popular in terms of jobs. And if you don't like React, you can go with Vue, because it's the one that is loved by most developers. So run React, that is my personal recommendation. But if you dive into React and you hate it, you can try out Vue, okay? And then the next thing that you need to learn is how to deploy your application online. And you can do this by using Netlify or Vercel. So I'll be leaving links for you to learn each of these technologies. And then after that, you need to practice by doing a lot of projects, by using the tech stack that I have listed above, by using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You can do a lot of practice by participating in front-end mentor challenges. So front-end mentor gives you designs and a project description, and your work is to convert the designs into a functional web pages using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or one of the JavaScript frameworks, okay? And then once you do a lot of projects on front-end mentor, you need to continue running, okay? So you need to maybe go back and dive into advanced JavaScript, advanced React, and learn more and more. And while you are doing this, you need to remember to apply for jobs, apply for internship positions, and also you can apply for some freelance projects. And actually, that is my 2022 front-end web developer roadmap. I wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next one.